Oh my goodness, hello, good evening everybody, good evening Oceana and Stephen and Mudslicker and Layla. Good evening, that's the one. Zaxu, hello Stina, Nat and Addie, good evening. Oceana, Elizabeth, Sherbear, Noel, hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another ad hoc live stream. Hello everybody, hello from moonlit Brisbane where the temperature is, let me check Brisbane temp. I do have the microphone on that, so that's good. It is 11 degrees Celsius tonight, which is 51 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's set to get down to 44 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 7 degrees Celsius. That's literally freezing. So I've decided to rug up in one of my favorite purple shirts. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since we've seen this corduroy bad boy, but it's here. So thank you so much for being here. Hi, everybody. Today, we're going to be reacting to Miss Foodie Beauty and 3 pieces of content, 2 of them recent and 1 of them not so much. So we'll start off with, yes, my Hep B antibody test was positive, get it right. So that's fun. We're also going to be watching the 6 a.m. spaghetti and meatballs mukbang. Memories. And then I thought, you know what, that's not enough. We need 3 pieces at least, because 2 is never enough. So instead, we're doing a little bit of a retro reaction. There is a mukbang called Spaghetti Mukbang Recipe and Creepy Storytime from 4 years ago that I would like to watch. Mostly because it's spaghetti and there's actually a recipe this time instead of just what Foodie does in the current one. So we'll really see the kind of degradation of content and effort that we put into mukbangs. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Anyway, how are you? How are you guys? Yeah, a bit of a retro. Why not? Marie, lovely to see you. Hello. Baker, hello. Good to see you. Little Moon, hello. Yes, it's very chilly here. And it's Monday. How's my Monday been, you ask? Well, it's been pretty good. I did all of the things. I was very productive. I went to the gym and lifted heavy things. I did a 2-rep max today, and it was very heavy. It was 130 kilos. Yeah, 130 kilo back squat for 2, and it was very heavy. It was very... I'm at like... I can do like 10 reps of like 120. 130 is a different beast. My legs almost gave out from under me. I haven't dropped a barbell on a back squat yet, and I don't really want to, because the whole idea of smashing potentially my either legs, butt, or lower back with a bar with like 100 plus kilos on it is not my idea of a good time. So anyway, it's fine. Did I get my keys? I did get my keys. I did. Everything was fine. Well, technically, I got them yesterday. Yeah. But I did get them. Thank you for asking. Psychic Twinkle, hello. Thank you for being here for 14 months. Psychic says, I needed a Foodie Beauty break, but it's good to be back. It's lovely to have you back, May. Thanks very much for hanging out. And you know me, like, we'll probably talk about literally anything other than Foodie while we're listening. So it's a good... it's a good place to hang out, I think. Yeah, anyway, so that's what I did this morning. That really woke me up. And then, yeah, had a day. The day was good. And then I came home and I couldn't be bothered eating dinner. Well, making dinner, really. I have food, but it's meal prep food. And I didn't really feel in the mood for meal prep food. So I made a tuna sandwich. I had a little salad on the side, though, so that was nice. Sleepy Mood, thank you for being here for 9 months. I appreciate you, mate. Sleepy says, good morning, Zach and lovely chatters. Well, good morning to you, Sleepy. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for the continued support. I hope you have had a fabulous week. Anyway, that's been my day. How about yours? I'm currently drinking, what am I drinking? It's just water and Diet Right raspberry cordial or something. And I've got some tea, so I hope you have a beverage as well. I hope you're doing all of the things while you're listening in on this, and I hope you're taking care of yourselves because you're very important. And I hope you're doing something productive while we're listening in on this nonsense. Also, hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you if you're new. Thank you very much for returning. If you are coming back, I'm not a mental or physical healthcare professional, just a guy who lost weight, talks about things on the internet, watches way too much Foodie Beauty, also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate, literally here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's what all about choices, choices about what we say, choices about what we put on the internet, choices. Choices. Also, I feel like I have a popcorn kernel stuck in my teeth. It's back there, well, definitely back there. Yep, I think I got it. I had popcorn as a snack before the stream. It was delicious. Mamacita hot tamarind soup mix. Sprinkle that over the top of some freshly made popcorn with a little bit of oil and throw some nutritional yeast on there. Put a big bag of nutritional yeast. Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Foodie and the nonsense that happens on her channel. So let's get started with... Yes, my Hep B antibody test was positive. Get it right. I can't wait to be lectured by the one, the only Dr. Armchair herself, Foodie Beauty. All right. There we go. Let's get going, shall we? Oh no, the sniffles.
I'm doing a short video on this. I can't believe I'm even doing this after I tell myself I'm not going to bother addressing rumors. But when it
Lottie,
comes to me, I have
no worries. I hope your day's been good. Good to see you.
So many leech channels making up absolute BS when it comes to my life, and some of it can possibly be detrimental. So if you're one of those...
Proving once again that reaction channels are bored liars. Hi, my name's Zach. I'm not bored, nor am I a liar.
Channels, you need to stop. Number one, get a life and focus on yourself and stop making up lies. So I actually am now being accused of not being allowed in Kuwait because I have hepatitis B and
that doesn't make any sense at all. In multiple ways. I mean, look, I've been generally following the conversation about the hepatitis B. Chantal's confused and kind of stupid. She was reading out her STI test back in, I want to say 2022. Was it last year? Was it the year before that? My, how time flies. Anyway, she was reading out her STI test in regards to the gonorrhea. Yeah. And how she was trying to convince herself that she caught it from a bathroom toilet or from an imaginary man named Richard, who she practiced gravity-defying acts of sensual pleasure in the Kia. According to her, that's not an allegation. That's me remembering my stories. That's not a lie. That's just how I remember it being told to me. Anyway, so yeah, she was reading that out, and I don't listen to every single word Foodie says, because there are a lot of words. But my understanding of it all was that this was pretty cleaned up in so many live streams afterwards, where she said, I don't have hepatitis B, I have the antibodies because I was immunized against it, or had the vaccine, whatever. Okay, cool. Is she literally this desperate for attention? Possibly.
Their STDs. So I just want to prove to you, I dug up my medical information on my online chart, which I'm...
Special time. No, sorry, that's the better phrase, Oceana, you're right. Who said acrobatic gobbies? Marissa, I see you. Good morning. Hello.
able to do. All of my test results are there, all of them. So I dug up the ones recently from when before I went to Kuwait. I said that I was tested. Nobody believed me. So I'm going to show you the screenshots right now.
From my understanding, traveling, she would have to have some form of medical tests to be able to access the visa / get into Kuwait. Is that correct? I believe that is correct. Hi, Marissa.
Of the information of the test results, and I will explain.
Yeah, Lottie, and this is such niche old drama as well. But it is interesting because it's a particular topic that probably quite a few people weren't here for. It's not that old. It's old enough to be referential, I guess, but maybe some people didn't experience the that moment in time.
The hepatitis B.
God, if you weren't here for the stream where we were live in her purse as she visited the STI clinic, I would highly recommend going back and revisiting that one. The cringe level is through the if you enjoy cringe, I kind of enjoy cringe like I enjoy the sour flavor of Mamacita's hot tamarind soup mix. I cannot tell you enough how much I love that flavor packet. Anyway, I kind of like cringe in the same way I like sour things, It's it's bad, but it's good. And oh no, it's creeping up my back, but I can't stop watching. Yeah, so if you weren't here for that just gem chef's kiss of a stream, that was a time. It was a time. Coming face to face, looking up through the purse opening with medical professionals who we knew were running tests. Chantal just had to do it on live stream, and I don't know why, but it happened.
The situation right now. This is not a rage. This is calling these dumb, moronic reaction channels out.
She probably deleted that one. Oh yeah, but you don't have to watch it by yourself, so you can cringe along with us. It's fine.
Out on their lies as usual. By the way, I'm choosing to make a video because...
Nicole, hello, you were here while you were in the purse? Excellent. We had many purse adventures during that timeline. What a better time. Somehow. Anyway, great. So here's the phone. I'm more interested in the keyboard in the background. I wonder when this photo was taken or where. Carrie, hey mate, thanks for being here for 26 months. Appreciate it. Carrie says, hi Zach and chat. Hope you're all doing great. I'm doing great. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great, Carrie. It's been a while. Lovely to see you. Happy 26 months. Hello, hello.
As I realized that I'm just cluing in that every time I make a community post, I give these leeches free content.
I do love the fact that it's taken her what seems like at least 5 years to realize any drama that she stirs up on the community tab will just kind of be reconstituted in reaction. But I think the thing is, at this point in time, Foodie's kind of distanced herself from any positive interactions with her lingering fan base, I suppose. Where even videos like this, like they're not gonna be. I don't think Foodie's ever gonna see the numbers that she saw over the last 2 years before going to Kuwait. Even during the more boring periods, this is truly hurting the channel.
So I'm going to make my own content on my own situation. So
I know she's learning, Marissa.
Here we have the first screenshot is the hepatitis B results from the one test I had. Now, when I was in elementary school, I was vaccinated against hepatitis A and B. So if you read correctly, which I'm sure some of you are not capable of doing.
I am not taking STI advice /sass from the person who tried to convince herself and her chat that she got gonorrhea off a dirty toilet seat and made up a story about gravity-defying, pleasure with Richard in the park. Could you imagine? Again, for those of you just tuning in, if you hadn't heard, Chantal told the story of her activities with Richard in multiple ways. The first way never happened. The second way, she'd hooked up randomly with someone on Tinder or whatever, and met them in a park and had fun. Except she'd never mentioned Richard before or after. Richard only actually came about after she was told that she had gonorrhea and was trying to find some way to make the logic of old mate not cheating on her the reality, but unfortunately not to be. Sorry, I'm missing everybody in the chat. RC, thank you for being here for 7 months. RC says, you make watching this best so much fun. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for being a buddy, and thank you for being here and enjoying it, RC. I appreciate the support. Oceana, thank you for the super chat. Oceana says, happy Memorial Day to those who celebrate. Happy Memorial Day, Oceana, if you are celebrating, and thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Lovely to see you today, as always. Tori, thank you for being here for 3 months. Tori says, shopping in Tesco. Thanks for the company, Zach. You enjoy your shop in Tesco, mate. I hope you find all of the specials and bargains, and thank you for being here for 3 months. And Twin, hello, thank you for the super chat. Twin says, FFG BBJ video took 48 hours to hit 10k views. It's not great. Thank you for the super chat and the talking point as well, Twin. It's not great. And understanding, longer form content and live streams tend to get more views because you get someone who sits down and watches the first 20 minutes and then clicks off and then comes back to it later. So, all of those views kind of accumulate. But, Chantal's kind of shooting herself in the foot when it comes to the number of views, and that's kind of her primary income source now, that I assume she's only got 5 members left, and the super chats are not super chatting. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm sorry to sound bitchy, but I don't know how else to say this. Hepatitis B virus surface antibody. The key word here is antibody. So yes, I have positive antibodies. Flag A for antibody. Do people know what antibodies are? Sorry.
Do you? Would you like to explain to the class what an antibody is and how it develops?
When you get the vaccine, you get antibodies in your body.
Ah,
so,
is that how that works?
Nature of abnormal test, where I circled in red. Let me read this for you.
I thought the antibody was just like the body, but just the opposite. Antibody,
So this is not just a normal test for Hep B. If you can read here, it says a positive hepatitis B surface antibody test means you are protected against the hepatitis B virus, which if you read my test results, it says...
That's very true, Zooflute. Yeah, the aim's all off.
As hepatitis B virus surface antibody.
Well, it's a good thing that Chantal's not giving a class, because this is Dr. Armchair, who we're all very familiar with as a upstanding member of the healthcare community. Yes.
So yes, I'm positive for the antibodies. Doesn't mean that I have the virus.
So, Twin, I would like to talk about that. I understand there has been rather, like, I've seen, who am I, Chantal? I've seen a bit of discussion around the specific flags, right? And knowing that even if Chantal does not have hepatitis B, that's not important. Nothing's important. This is a different reality. It's not. We're just watching us shows. We all get to turn off and go back to living our lives when we're done. It's great. But with that being said, knowing the fact that she has severe extreme non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, I would, maybe want to take my health a little bit more seriously. And this has nothing to do with, realistically, the conversation around hepatitis B. But, like, when's the last time you got, like, your liver enzymes checked? When's the, like, we know you have an enlarged heart. When's the last time you got that health check? Like, when's the last time a health check happened? It's been a hot minute. Maybe we should get one of those again. Yeah.
I had hepatitis B, I would have definitely been notified and treated somehow. I don't know what they do for hepatitis B, but the government of Canada, the
271U/L is all about the liver. I thought it was about, I understood this having some reference to the liver, and I thought that the value, because she even put it up here. Wait, is it here or somewhere else? Maybe it's later in the thing. She even says, like, what range the values should be, and it's like 0 to 40 or something, and hers is in the triple digits, which is not in that range.
They've been notified and treated somehow. I don't know what they do for hepatitis B.
Unflicked Bean, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for the super chat. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Unflicked Bean says, good morning. Could these results be Pete's? She used his negative COVID test results. Possibly. I don't think so, though. Thank you for the super chat and the talking point. I definitely think that this is from her health app, because I feel like we've certainly seen this type of setup before. I really do have to ask. Like, I know that this is a direct response to tinfoil beret theories that have come about on YouTube. And I understand that, but, like, it's such a nothing point. Like, it's not a gotcha either way. Like, we know that Chantal, like, we have had multiple discussions about the visa requirements for Kuwait and the requirements to fly into there. I don't think she'd get it past, the visa restrictions just to lie to her audience, you know?
But the government of Canada,
hey, watching,
the Ministry of Ontario and Health, the Health Ministry of Ontario would not let me have this untreated.
Carrie, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Carrie says, question, how did we end up here, though? I must have somehow missed chapter 1. Regardless, it's mental. Chapter 1 as in, like, chapter 1 a Chantal story? Or chapter 1, why are we talking about hepatitis B? We're talking about hepatitis B because when Chantal got her STI tests, when she first started talking about the gonorrhea, I believe she misspoke and said she had hepatitis B. What she meant to say was she had hepatitis B antibodies, which were an indicator of being vaccinated against hepatitis B, either when she was a kid, when she says, or before she started working in health or whatever. Someone's gotten bored and basically said, well, Chantal can't come back to Kuwait because she's got hepatitis B. Mary, how did she get in the first 2 times then? Tell me that then. So now there's a big discussion about whether or not Chantal has hepatitis B, because I believe she misspoke originally, and now she's decided to make an 8-minute piece of content because someone mentioned it on YouTube that, no, I don't have hepatitis B. And here we are.
There's no way. All right, next. So if you remember, I don't know if I did a live stream, but I did go to a clinic before.
Oh, hey DJ, good to see you. Thank you.
Before I went to Kuwait. So as you can see, collected on the 21st of October. I was tested for...
Oh, it was 2021. Man, that was a while ago. Okay.
For STDs, HIV, everything.
It is interesting. Oh, no, it was 2022. I'm looking at the value. That's the 21st, 10th. It reads backwards. So it was 2022. Excellent. Perfect. It wasn't 2021. Good to know that it was a sample collected from urine. Excellent. So good. Now, if you were so... What's the word? inclined, you probably can't do it on Foodie's channel, but you could do it in other ways. You could go back to, mid to late October 2022 and watch those pieces of content and get all of the clips and get all of the context and do all of that stuff. I personally think that the test for 2022 was a follow-up test to test whether or not the gonorrhea was still present. Didn't have it. I'm not sure if that was a full STI panel or not, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe the October one was the let's get checked because there's green pizza dough everywhere. And then the 2nd of the 2nd, 2023 is obviously when she's coming into Kuwait the second time. Applying to come into Kuwait the second time. 2nd of February, 3-month visa. Yeah, so the 2nd of February must have been as she was leaving Kuwait in Canada, applying for her next round of tourist visa. I wonder whether or not this proves the fact that she's had to reapply for a tourist visa. Because if she's saying she has residency because of Snoopy, she wouldn't have to reapply and therefore she wouldn't have to re-show her health indicators? Or would she because she's out of country and then... How does that work? Interesting. Calling it green pizza dough now. Well, look, Christy, that's just how those words formed in my head,
thing that one got sent
That 2 of those words are hers. Well, 3 technically. I'm just borrowing them.
away. I would have to check for that. I'm not sure if that one's been posted yet. But chlamydia and gonorrhea are negative. So I actually can't believe I'm
Okay, so this was the follow-up test after the gonorrhea. Got it.
showing you all this private information.
Yeah, I'm going to be very interested to talk to people who are far more worldly than I to figure out whether or not you would need to resubmit your health tests on a residency or whatever visa she's trying to tell us she's got now that she's being sponsored by Snoopy or whatever.
As if you feel like you're
Interesting. I feel like this may have consequences down the line.
entitled to it. I feel that people really need to mind their business and are just bored for content and have nothing else and are desperate at this point because they can't get views or any kind of attention on their own. So they make up things about my
No screening tests for tourism? Really?
personal life, and I really wish that people would just shut the heck up and mind their business and move on with their day. My health is none of your business, okay?
Then why are you shoving this down our throat? Medical tests for Kuwait visa typically involve the following: blood tests for HIV, hepatitis B and C, filaria, malaria, and syphilis, chest x-ray, urine. This is from a blog post on WeGo. What medical tests are required for Kuwait? Let's type in tourist visa. I feel like we've spoken about this before, but maybe I'm wrong. IPSA visa medicals to Kuwait. No, I don't think that's it. Kuwait Visa Medical. This is a website that I have been to once before. Excellent. In order to complete the application for a Kuwait work visa. Oh, that's right. That's work, not tourist. I feel like we have had this conversation before. Interesting. Well, either way, it seems to disprove the whole I'm here because my husband's sponsoring me. If she's a resident of the country... Maybe that did happen in February. Oh, I'm getting my timelines all mixed up, everyone.
personal life is none of your business.
Hey, Shenanigans, good to see you.
My status here is none of your business, and nothing is any of your business. So,
This screenshot says she had tests in October but viewed the results in February. Correct. Yeah. So I think that October was the set follow-up STI screening for the gonorrhea to make sure it was gone, to make sure the antibiotics had done its job after she failed to take the last couple of tablets. And then viewing it in February is because she was applying to get back into Kuwait or something. I thought it was for tourists. Maybe not.
this is the last I'm going to be showing any of this stuff to you. We will not be showing any other information, personal information, to prove any of your lies. You can believe what
Rebecca says, residency visa usually wants tests done within the past 6 months from an accredited lab, but that's for your country. Oh, okay.
you want. I'm sure this will be severely picked apart and say that it's fake, even though
Well, it is. Why are you putting it online? I'm supremely disinterested in all of this, but you've made me interested.
it's
She has a knack for that.
legit a picture from my phone. But that's totally your prerogative. I no longer care. I'm going to continue to do my content, worry about my beezers, my life with my husband. I just don't like being accused of having diseases that I don't have. That is defamatory. And if I was in Canada and what had the means to, I would be coming after all of you for defamation. So before you make up all of these lies about someone's health, think of how it impacts their life. You really don't think at all that interfering with someone's life in any way, how it impacts them, how it impacts their reputation. It's ridiculous at this point. So,
I mean, ma'am, you could have just ignored everything, but you just can't. You just can't do that. You just can't let things go.
I don't expect it to stop. Like I said, people are bored and have nothing better to do with their life. They have no content. That's clear. Whenever there's nothing.
Brandon, I see you. Are we never addressing it ever again? We're never addressing anything ever again. Noted.
The drama dries up. They scramble for things to make up and talk about. And now it's making up things or twisting things maybe that I've said in the past. Even if I wasn't.
Ma'am. I'm just going to sit back and say, I don't make anything up about your past, and I don't twist your words at all. I take your words, and then I reuse your words. And oftentimes I don't reuse your words because your words are terrible, but also I don't remember them that well. But like the key narrative points that I remember, such as Richard in the Kia.
With something before, which I did talk about at the time, because I was under a lot of emotional distress. So actually for people to bring that up and use it against me, because I contracted that in the first place a couple of years ago, because my abuser cheated on me without me knowing. He cheated on me.
I'm not going to go back to the suspicion.
And contracted something and gave it to me. And that's how I found out. And
well, at least she's confirmed it wasn't the toilet seat. Thank goodness.
Even then I was in denial about it. But what I went through was traumatic and disgusting, and I hope it never happens to any of you. But for people to use that as a means of trying to use that, what happened to me again.
Oh yeah, she definitely cares. Oh, who said that? Baker girl. That's a good point. Baker says this feels like old Snoopy freaked out on her. Maybe. I don't know. I thought Snoopy knew everything about Chantal and her history, though. Maybe. I mean, it would be a cause for concern, but I don't know. Snoopy's approach to everything that happens on the internet is everyone's a pathetic zombie loser. So I don't know how much weight he puts behind what people have to say. And according to Chantal, he's watched everything. He knows it all. So.
It's me when it wasn't my fault, making it seem like, ew, you're dirty. You had an STD. You had disease. When again.
Oh yeah, shenanigans. I think she cares. I don't know what time she got up, but 6 a.m. pasta does not scream like, Zen to me either.
It wasn't my fault. I was cheated on is absolutely disgusting.
I mean, it was. I mean, were they in a relationship? There's a lot of conversation you can have.
And I cannot believe that people still support and follow creators who serve no purpose on the YouTube platform other than to defame and harass people for no reason, just for content. For your entertainment, you are inventing the fact that you think that I have diseases when you have no proof. That's your entertainment. Please think about that.
So the only disease that I'm comfortable... Well, I mean, the one disease that kind of... Well, two, actually. One, two. There's two diseases. Well, three. Is it a disease? Symptom? Anyway, there's a few things that I can confidently tell you Chantal has, because we have watched for so long. Severe extreme non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. We know that one, and we know that treatment doesn't exist, management doesn't exist. We're just going to sit down and eat a plate full of pasta and shaky cheese in a moment. That one exists. Enlarged heart, suffered 2 pulmonary embolisms, asthma, which you have a steroid inhaler for, high blood pressure / high cholesterol. That one's still kind of up in the air because we're not entirely sure. Yeah. Good. Great. Those are the ones.
And
no, guys, she cured her diabetes with cocaine and Ozempic. Keep up.
And honestly, you all need to do better. It's really sad at this point. I'm just trying to live my life and proving time and time again that all of the lies and accusations are BS. But if Chantal wants to go down the health rabbit hole again, great. Break out the blood sugar tester, Mary. Let's see those numbers. They just get turned around again and again. So you know what? Have fun. But again, I've just proven you that you're all liars. And so with that information.
I love the fact that she bunches everybody together. Just everybody. Just, you're all liars, everybody. You're all liars. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not, but thanks.
I wish you well. Bye.
Making this video 8 minutes for more ads. After I watched this, I took a screenshot of this screen, dropped it over in the Discord, and said, this doesn't feel like it's in the spirit of community guidelines / terms of service. No, it doesn't. So for those of you who don't know, YouTube videos need to be at least 8 minutes long to run mid-roll ads. Those are your ads like in between the front and the back, the start and the beginning. Start and the finish. There you go. And so Chantal can't do that unless the video is at least 8 minutes long. And Chantal has basically just put in a silent, still image proving that she's trying to dupe the system to run more ads on her content. That's great. It's the vibe of the thing. It's the vibe. Serenity now. Anyway, so that's that one done. Now we're going to be watching the 6 a.m. spaghetti and meatball mukbang. Are you all ready? And we'll do a little bit of a retro after that because I feel like I just need it. You know, I need to go back to the better times.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
I need to take that back.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Posing like a creep for a thumbnail. I don't understand what's happening with the lighting. Why is everything so washed out? Everything's so just... There's very little saturation happening on this screen. Like there's no richness of color. It's all just kind of greasy. Huh.
Hey guys. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another video.
I don't recognize you. Who are you? Who's
So,
this person? I'll break out the poppers.
It's
different poppers.
This is a 6 a.m. spaghetti.
Okay, 6 a.m. is not the time for poppers.
I know. 6 a.m. Remember my mac and cheese at 5 a.m.?
Do you know what's funny? She's removed that piece of content as well. I was like, oh, of course. Wouldn't the smart thing to do be compared the mac and cheese bloody lobster 5 a.m. mukbang where she's wet sharting on camera while BB's having a shower to this one? Wouldn't that be a fun little comparison? Is it up? No. Does she reference it in this thing? Yes. Why wouldn't you have it up? Kayla, thank you so much for joining the channel as a member. I appreciate it. Welcome to Popstar.
There's just something about early morning meals I shouldn't be eating that excites me, so...
Where did her nose go? Well, it's because there's no... I wonder if she's got the ring light on. That's why everything seems so washed out. There's barely any shadows on her face, so... Yeah, her nose really does just kind of blend in, huh? Like, if we get in real close. Like... I mean, it's there, but you kind of have to know it's there. You know? You have to know it's there.
Anyway.
What's about 6 a.m. spaghetti or 6 a.m. poppers? Are you having a nap afterwards? That's the real question. Also, hi, Catherine.
I'm gonna try not to wake up my husband. I'll be like, what are you eating spaghetti and meatballs at 6 in the morning for?
Lazy. OMAD lasted less than a week, of course.
This is another me you have to get to know. No, I'm kidding. Now he knows my weird habit.
Oh, Cosmic Jolt. No, not at all. We see you. Hello. My marriage is private, but here is my medical records. Thank you so much for being here for 20 months, my friend. Medical record says, artist formerly known as Badusi. So she's back here. Mate, thank you for hanging out with us for 20 months. Lovely to see you, Badusi. Great name. I hope you had a fabulous weekend and you're having a great week. Thanks for hanging out. You know what I want to know with all of these, like, she was doing shisha at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now she's doing meatballs. That's a substantial amount of meatballs. Meatballs at 6 a.m. I want to know what time she's waking up. Like, what's her sleep schedule like to be doing this?
We have a really hectic day, so I actually have to, like, wake him up soon. We have, like, well, not hectic, busy day.
Tell us all about your busy day, because I'm not getting that impression from this is breakfast.
Let's start with the parm.
This is not a good way to fuel your body for... I mean, carbo loading, I guess, but this does not seem like a good way to fuel your body for the rest of the day.
Come on, anti-caking agents. Get out of the way.
Okay, so this is a big plate of spag, right? Big plate. Big plate. This, I think, is the appropriate... Go away. It's a big plate. But I think this is the appropriate amount of shaky cheese. If you haven't seen this yet, hold on to your butts, because the plate doesn't stay this way for very long.
There we go.
Yeah, just take that top right off. Just take it off.
Don't beat around the bush. So honestly, the spaghetti is like...
Ma'am, that's a mound. You've used a quarter of that 8 pounds. I don't know. You've used a quarter of this entire thing. Where'd the meatballs go? So she's got noodles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meatballs, I think. Some really sad looking pasta sauce. I think more cheese. And then there's this sawdust of a parmesan. If you haven't met Chantal, this is the person who also microwaves cheese and eats that as a meal. Which, I've been there, but also make better choices. Just make yourself a nice little meal. Everyone deserves a plate,
was the easiest thing I ever made. I put the noodles...
You don't need to eat this much shaky cheese.
And
also, shaky cheese is so salty.
The rice cooker. And I put the meatballs in the air fryer. And the sauce came out of a jar, ragu.
The thing with meatballs in an air fryer, I'm not mad at it, but they're just going to be dry as hell.
I like ragu. Do you guys like ragu?
Ma'am, you got it from a jar. It's going to be fine.
And,
oh, those wet pasta noodles.
Just going to delicately fold in the Parmesan cheese into my pasta.
I hate to put this out there, but do you think she cooked... I don't think she cooked the sauce. Because I was thinking, you know what would be a good idea if you had a pan, and even if you're using jar sauce, whatever, but put the jar sauce in the pan and add your bits and cook it down and warm it up. I don't think she cooked it. I think she put soggy wet noodles on a plate and then just... Or how did Chantel do it? Something like that. Just put this bottle pasta sauce bang on top. Didn't even... Nah. You know what? Good thing, though. We've proven that she does use those plates, which is nice. She does use the plates, which is really good. But yeah, so I don't think that egg salad Sammy was actually made at home. It's good. Brandon, why are you sad? What happened? Are you okay?
All right. And I added the leftover onions from the Big Mac.
But you didn't... I don't think you cooked any of it.
Why not? I don't know. Vegetables. Okay.
Because if she'd cooked the jar sauce, you know what would have been the smart idea? Pan, jar sauce, make it nice, drop the noodles in, cook them through a bit. Like, this just looked like it was slapped on top. It wasn't... Ew! Room temperature jar sauce on hot, wet noodles. Get out of town.
Let's try the spaghetti out.
It's true, Lottie. We should be grateful.
When I added some shredded cheddar. Speedy bite.
Oh, noodles in the rice cooker shenanigans. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they held form at all. I feel like they should have disintegrated. Or just turned into like a cake or something. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, Kaylee, it seems like it, because that pasta doesn't seem cooked or hot.
So?
And she definitely didn't stir through the pasta like in a pan, or even put it in the rice cooker. Okay, maybe going a bit too far. If you're going to cook noodles in a rice cooker, why would you not just put the pasta on top and stir it through, and then plate it up? I don't know. She does things strangely.
Have you ever eaten spaghetti at 6 a.m.?
Lottie, you gold star. That's a joke. That is an amazing joke.
Your bucket list. These beef meatballs.
And also, even if you are air frying the beef meatballs, put the sauce in the pan, put the meatballs in the sauce. Like, everything's just hodgepodge, Hobby Lobby, and I don't like it.
Every bite of my spaghetti has to have parm cheese. My parm cheese obsession with pasta is embarrassing because,
well,
like, poor waiters when you go to, like, East Side Mario's, which is, like, Canadian version of Bismillah.
Whoopsie daisy, we're a bit late on that one, but... and she knows it. Whoops, we were a bit late to the Bismillah this time, but, whoops, there you go.
I'm so bad.
Mudslingger, I think the steam is from the noodles. I don't think that pasta sauce was cooked. That's my tinfoil beret theory, and I'm sticking to it. Clout Goblins, thank you for the super chat as well. Clout says, hijab's supposed to cover your eyebrows. I'm not, look, I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way to wear it. But Chantal uniquely, they definitely sit over the villain brow for Chantal, you know?
It's like...
I think it's also because she wears it so... I don't have a lot to say about it. I said it last week. I think, like, it's very uncomfortable. It seems very uncomfortable to Chantal. I think it's quite tight. And often when we talk... Well, when there's conversation about one side of her, like, cheek being bigger than the other side, for instance, I think that's just the optical illusion of, like, the fabric being pushed further back on one side and further forward on the other side. I kind of get the feeling like Chantal's, like, wearing it quite low on the forehead, which is kind of cutting into the eyebrow. And that's because everything's kind of being dragged down because she's tucked it so firmly under the chin, I suppose.
The Canadian version of Olive Garden.
And she constantly adjusts it. Yeah, it does not seem like she's comfortable.
And anyway, it's like all cheese now. Beauty boy.
That's a big bite. Hold on. Look, all right, we're going to get real close on this one. We're going to get medium close on this one. I need some perspective and size.
It's like all cheese now.
Okay, so...
Beauty boy.
Yeah, okay, there we go. So, how big is that? You know what? I think it's bigger than golf ball size. I reckon we're pretty close to tennis ball size for that wad of wet noodles. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bite. I was going to say heaving. Not heaving, helping. That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for. Heaving. Helping. That one. God, there's so many noodles under there that have no sauce.
Those meatballs are good. This is delicious, actually.
Yeah.
You know how those
I don't think it's delicious.
Waitresses and waiters, they're like, would you like some fresh Parmesan, ma'am? And they come with that little grinder thing. I should just say, can you just leave it at the table? Every table should get...
Oh, in case anyone was actually interested in listening to what Chantal has to say today, it's nothing. Don't worry, you're not missing out.
A grinder. A Parmesan cheese grinder. To save customers embarrassment. Because nobody's ever honest about how much Parmesan cheese they want on their pasta. They just say, like, you know, the waiter says, okay, tell me.
Chantal has told this story before so many
me
times.
When.
Waitress says, say when while grating my cheese. I never say when. The room fills with Parmesan. There are no survivors.
And, like, to look dainty and not like a pig, everyone always says, okay, that's enough when it's like a few sprinkles. No, I need a shower of cheese. Now I have no shame. I just say...
Now?
I mean, when they say, just say when, you know, I just, like, they're like...
When's the last time Chantal went to Eastside Mario's? Or, like, out for Italian? Ma'am...
The Jeopardy song is my my standard for how much Parm cheese they put on.
Random hamster break. Okay, Howie still exists. Extreme hoops, small animal treats. Collation de petite animaux. Animaux?
So, I'm gonna give Howie a treat. These are extreme hoops.
They look like Fruit Loops.
Small animal treats. Howie.
Chantal, I'm gonna tell you this out of fear for you. I need you to go and see a healthcare professional about your breathing. I don't know, this isn't about physicality, this is about health. It sounds like you just ran up several flights of stairs. And I'm assuming that didn't happen because I think Howie's cage is probably still in the kitchen. Oh, how sad.
Howie. By the way, for those of you confused, his name is Harry Howie Esquire. Good night.
I'm convinced her breathing's gotten worse in the last month. That's wild.
I'm never making meatballs again.
Oh, shenanigans. I wholeheartedly disagree because I love cheese. Could eat it every day and eat my body weight in it comfortably. But I'll tell you this for nothing. That Shaky cheese, that shelf-stable Parmesan cheese is terrible. Terrible. We had a container of it in the house maybe like 2 months ago. And I was nostalgic for it because I was like, oh, I used to put this on like my spaghetti when I was a kid. Never had it as a teenager. Never had it as a young adult. And all of a sudden we have a container in the house and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put this on some like pasta sauce or something I'd made up. It was terrible. It was so bad. Disgusting. So salty. And it smells like vom. It does smell like vom. It does smell like a bodily fluid, for sure, frozen. Did we ever get whether or not vom was a fluid or a... Yeah, no, it does. It smells absolutely terrible.
And I could just buy these. They're really good, actually.
Give me a good wedge of parm and I'll eat the entire thing. But, yeah, either way. Who said sock cheese, drama llama? It's feedy. Can't escape the feed. Not on today's internet. Actually, Mudslinger, you've got a point. Like, don't ever... Always invest in nutritional yeast. 100%. Never use this grated Parmesan. Don't use this. Go get yourself a big bag of nutritional yeast. You'll thank me later.
This will get me fueled for my day.
Brandon, I knew you would see that.
Nothing like a balanced breakfast. Spaghetti and meatballs with a parm mountain are the new avocado toast. Anyway, we're going to be out all day.
Oh, eye roll. We've got attitude about being out all day. What are we doing?
I'm going to die.
What are you doing?
In the heat, so I'm actually going to be like staying inside the car.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but what's the plan? What are we doing?
With the AC running all the time for most of the events here. So, but I'm going to try to film some things while I'm out.
Like what? Hey, X. Isn't yeast bad for the body? Nutritional yeast is inactive yeast, if that helps. Also, no, yeast in bread. Delicious.
For this channel.
Hi, Tabby. Good to see you. Nooch made your B12 okay again. Ellen, that's great to hear. And it's delicious. It tastes like cheese.
And also maybe for the couples channel.
But it's not cheese.
Depends what we have time to do. But there's like a district of restaurants I want to try. I want to try like Kuwait street food.
Bloody.
Probably a lot of falafel and stuff like that.
How have we still not been to the markets, the warehouse, or eating? I mean, we have been eating, but we really haven't been anywhere else eating, you know? And I don't count that food court at the bloody amusement park as anything. Not that I want to go out, but, like, I don't know, if she keeps proclaiming herself a foodie, like, take me places. Or cook. And I understand this was cooked, but I use that term a little loosely here. I don't think that sauce was cooked.
How do you guys like your pasta? Al dente? Or?
Generally, yes.
Well done.
Never well done.
I like mine in between.
That's not in between. That's almost disintegrating.
I don't like my pasta to have any chew whatsoever.
Okay, so you like mush. You like mush mouth. That's what you like. You like wet mush mouth.
If my pasta has chew, that's it. Game over. But I don't like it to be soggy either.
Ma'am, you are eating a plate of soggy pasta. I hate to break it to you.
Somewhere in between.
Also, there's a fruit fly. I'm shocked.
Fruit fly.
She can't escape them. She can't escape them. They're everywhere.
There's like, it's easy for bugs to come in, like especially flies.
How exactly? You are many stories up in the air and live in air conditioning. How is it easy for bugs to get in? How does that happen? Tell me how. Okay, who's got the answer? I was planning on Googling how do flies get into multi-story high buildings with closed windows. They're on the lease. Through the windows with no screens, but they don't open the windows. They have the AC running 24/7. Oh, drains. That's a good point, Lux. I didn't think about the drains.
Because of the fans in the bathroom?
The fans. Okay, work with me here. What?
It has an opening. So, yeah. Meatball bite. So, I mean, you know I said this before.
I don't think there are many reports that I can find, no.
Before.
Oh, there are no screens on the fans. I still don't know.
Why not spaghetti and meatballs for breakfast? Why does it have to be eggs or...
Well, from my understanding, most ideas of breakfast food are so that they don't, like, weigh you down through the day. Right? Like, even a full English, which is pretty weighty, isn't a plate of fucking pasta. Okay, let's have a look. Breakfast pasta dishes. Let's have a look. Breakfast pasta. I think that's just someone's idea. Traditional breakfast pasta? Pasta is traditionally thought to be a lunch or dinner meal, but it can also be a great breakfast meal to jumpstart your day, really. In many parts of the world, pasta is a common morning meal, like in Vietnam and Myanmar, you can add common breakfast ingredients like eggs or choose traditional pasta ingredients. I'd believe that, 100%, yes. But this plate of pasta would not a good breakfast meal make, methinks. No.
I mean... Why does it have to be certain type of meat? Certain type of food for breakfast?
Oh, she's really loud. Sorry. Is she?
I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to mess with me.
Kind of. Oh, no, it's just that container. Never mind. Oh, Kitchen Mum, that does sound good.
Can't see the meatballs now. It's a whiteout. I'm weird, I know. Do I like being weird? Yes.
Oh my god, oat alert, Catherine. Oat alert.
I'm lonely. No, I'm kidding.
I made protein oats the other morning for the next morning, and I accidentally used banana flavored protein powder. Don't do it. Just don't. You might think you're being experimental. Just don't do it. Banana flavored protein powder is delightful as a treat because it tastes like banana milk and it's great. It is not for overnight oats. Terrible idea.
Not a shortage of weirdos out there to keep me company.
Yeah, I don't even think... I think you're right, Haz. Like, the concept of pasta for breakfast is not so far-fetched. I think it's just listening to it while Chantal devours what looks to be about 1.5 kilos of pasta in the morning, saying it's breakfast. It's a bit of a different thing. Throw it in. Thank you for being here for 2 months. Happy anniversary. I'm super hungover. I needed this morning stream. Oh, mate, big cup of tea. Kick your feet up. Relax. I hope you don't have too much of a headache. Lovely to see you and happy anniversary. Thanks for being here. $2. It's a lot of cheese.
If you become an acquaintance with me in any way.
Have you ever tried putting cocoa powder in your banana protein smoothie? Yes. Chocolate banana classic flavor. So good. Delicious. I make fake nice cream, but it's quick nice cream because I don't have time. Well, I don't have the patience to freeze things. So I get essentially a cup of high protein Greek yogurt, And then I put a little bit of stevia in it for sweetness. And then I put a scoop of protein powder, often banana, because it's real good. Tastes like, don't know if you all have yogo, like that pudding kind of custardy stuff with the monkey and the snake from the 90s. Anyway, yeah, it's like making like custard pudding, but with banana protein powder. And I put a little bit of cocoa in there to make it all chocolatey and delicious. Real good. Beth, hello. Thank you for being here for 2 months. Appreciate it. Beth says, happy Monday, chat. Thanks for joining my cardio. I hope you're having a fabulous day of cardio, Beth. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
I will bring up the weird side of you. You will see.
Bonnie girl, it's 6 a.m. in Kuwait, and Chantel's got nothing to do. That's why she's doing this.
The onions are actually really good. The caramelized onions. I have shaky cheese on my shirt. I can't tell you how different it is from being me. You guys know my past.
Oh. No.
To completely covering up even my wrists, you know.
Sometimes I think about the fries tattoo.
But I'm getting used, like...
Man, how many chews was that?
But I'm getting used, like, I'm used to it now.
Look, this is the problem with soft foods, particularly if you're someone who overindulges in calories. Like, if all you're doing is swallowing the calories, you're not getting, you know, the mindfulness, the timing, all of that stuff. It's just kind of, you know, in the mouth and down the hole.
And I think if
That's why I love broccoli. It's great. Makes you chew.
I had to go back for some reason
Yogo must be an Australian thing. Damn.
to dressing
Hey, Support Muffin. Good to see you. Happy Monday.
unmodestly,
We're counting chews now.
it would be so weird for me.
Okay, this half a meatball and fork of spaghetti.
Do you guys, I have like no makeup on.
Don't care.
I'm thinking of trying like no makeup.
Okay, well, it must be the filter that is making all of this happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.5. Let's not oversell it. 4.5. Zam.
Transitions don't happen overnight, you know.
Buddy, I see you. Hey, Marcel. 1, 2. That one was just gone. 1, 2. Are you all seeing this? It's not. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Watch. Look. Reality time. Reality time. Also. Ah. There we go. All right. Here we go. Ready? What are we counting? We're counting chews. This is a golf ball. No. Tennis ball size of spaghetti. And now we're going to count the chews. I don't count putting it in the mouth a chew. So I think that's 1 chew. She's not chewing the noodles. Well, I mean, probably, yes. Okay, it's in the mouth now. That's 1. Was that 1 or 2? 1? Miss Penguin asked, Poppy, how do you expect her to chew mushy spaghetti? I don't know, more than once. That's how I expect it, more than once. 2.5? 2. Let's say 2. More than 2 then. 2. Like, we're not eating soup. If we were eating soup, I would understand. 2 chews? 2 chews for a fistful of spaghetti. Get out of town. She's basically just swallowing it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and we are not watching this in real time. Get out of town. Not doing that. There we go. Better.
It's so cheesy. Oh my gosh.
Night Shenanigans. Thanks for joining us. Sleep well. Oh, Kitchen, you're right. She is lucky it's not a potato.
First time trying the shredded cheddar here.
Vindictive potatoes.
It was very creepy.
This pasta, I know I'm pausing this a lot, but I have a lot to say. This pasta is the consistency of tinned spaghetti, which is not great.
And tangy. I find most cheeses here, this is so good, are creamy and tangy.
Cheese, creamy. Why, I never.
Like, I made a salad.
Well, shit, we missed that one. We didn't see that mukbang.
That's like dill and feta, right? There was dill and feta in the salad. And the dressing is made with lemon juice. Salah didn't really, he's like, it's too sour. But I put too much lemon juice. The cheese, the feta cheese.
No, it's out through the nose, Zach. It's like she's snoring while she's awake. She, honestly, go and see someone about your mouth, nose, throat, lungs, everything. Because this is not an attack. I listen, using these ear holes, I listen to Chantal pretty much every day. Her breathing has gotten severely bad in the last week. Like, noticeably. It wasn't even this bad when we had the tiny microphone literally, like, jammed up against here. Bad. Bad things are happening. Bad.
Cheese I bought. It's like a cream. Cream feta.
Oh, that's okay, Savitri. Good to see you. I hope you have a fabulous workout. I agree, Oceana. It's wild. I don't think I've ever heard her sound like this.
Instead of the hard crumbly kind?
Except maybe that sleep stream.
And same with...
Oh, it's the smoking. Of course. I didn't even think of that, Yulia.
This Parmesan cheese, like... It's like a
Don't you know there are no chemicals, though?
powder, as you see. But it kind
Yes, kind of.
of just mixes everything into the sauce, makes it creamy. But it's a really good flavor. It's a little different. It's not as, like, feet smell cheese.
Really? Because I think it is.
You know what? You know, like that signature
You have cheese on your sauce, man.
smell that Parmesan has?
Yeah. Do you know what Parmesan smells like? Not the shit in that can, I'll tell you now. That one just disappeared. Fuck off! Fuck off. Watch this. Real time. This is no choose.
It has.
Are you ready? Another tennis ball sized, tennis ball. Let's say golf ball. Golf ball sized wad of spaghetti. Watch this one go. We're going to slow it all the way down so you can enjoy it in its... Okay, that's one chew to get it in the mouth. I don't consider that a chew. She was just moving it around in her cheeks like a chipmunk. Gone. Just gone. It's gone now. Not chews. I'm now thinking I've gaslit myself into thinking what is a chew, because I think that she's just moving things around in her mouth with her tongue. It was magic. She made the pasta disappear. Ooh, the way my stomach would not feel good. Ooh.
Up to my other juice box over there.
Oh no. Get up and get it. Also, this stain on her chin. I can't stop staring.
And it's just out of my reach.
It's like mashed potatoes. That's what, like soup. She basically made pasta soup. And this is the problem with eating super, like formless food, I suppose. Like, you do so little with it in your mouth. Stop talking, Zach.
Darn it. Oh, I got an idea. I'm genius. At least my brain's good for something today.
Dawn says you make all your other organs work so much harder when you don't chew. Yeah, I'm just specifically thinking about the esophagus and the stomach and, like, how rough that all is. Oh, Maria. No, I haven't. Similar, yeah.
Honestly, I like that feeling of, like...
We haven't seen Chantal drink water in a while either.
If I run errands,
Gonna have to get that. Yeah. I think we're gonna have a health conversation in the next week or two.
with Salah. It's as a support. I just really just there for support. I don't have to deal with anything here. I love that.
To be a passenger of your own life. Goals.
You know,
Not goals.
there's someone else responsible here. And I like that. I'm not used to that. Like, I don't know. It's time for me to grow up too, but
No, that's never happening. I agree, Andraste. I think it's coming, though.
oh, the meatballs are so good. Yeah, like, if we go and run errands, I just, like, usually stay in the car with the AC, sipping my coffee or drink.
What a fulfilling life. That must be so fun.
And he'll call me video.
Oh, well, she gets to do this, so, I mean, she's got... Look, Chantal's got things going on. She's fulfilled, surely.
Or I think he knows, like, he just wants me to be comfortable because it's so hot. Like, even going into the store, like, I had a heat stroke moment, actually. You know the day...
Ma'am. Frozen, hey mate, thanks so much for the super chat. I hope you're having a fabulous night. Frozen Cone says, chemical digestion of carbs doesn't occur in the stomach, rather the mouth and small intestines. Really? I had no idea. With this little mechanical digestion, she'll pretty much be pooping noodles. That is a graphic explanation, and I appreciate it, Frozen. Thank you for the super chat. Right, so no longer pee hands, but poop noodles. Pee hands and poop noodles. That's great. It's good to know. Thank you. Thank you, Frozen.
We went to the cat.
I need to hear about this heat stroke moment.
Like, even going into the store, like, I had a heat stroke moment, actually. You know the day we went to the cafe, we were sitting outside? The fans are deceptive because it wasn't cool. Like, the fans were blowing around
Hot air because they were outside and it was hot? Wow.
warmish air.
Look, you don't have to be a scientist, Foodie.
But, like, I thought it was okay. Then we walked to the parking lot.
Specifically a biologist.
Excuse me, which was pretty hot. For some reason, like, even though I didn't think that I felt super hot, I noticed that when I got in the car, my head was drenched with sweat. And I was like, weird, you know? Then we get to the grocery store.
Did you drink water? Are you drinking water? Maybe you should have a big, tall glass of water.
And
she bought those dainty little... Also, pauses. She bought those dainty little, That's too big. There we go. Little bottles of water that do not make any sense to me. Ma'am, now would be the time to be besties with Coldest again. Be carrying around, like, 2 liters of liquid delight.
we're just like, he's like talking to me about like tinfoil. And I remember just like looking at him and like feeling disconnected from reality. I'm like,
I don't know. Okay.
I don't feel good. And he like got all worried. He's like, okay, go to the car. Like, he, you know, go to the car right away.
I mean, she's telling the story after the bakery, after she'd eaten half a cookie, part of that mascarpone croissant, and something else.
So I had to like cool off in the car. And then
Look, some may say heat stroke. There are possibly other things that might make you feel that way, but
I decided it was just
also like I've only had heat stroke once, and I was like teenager. But that was specifically like accompanied by severe like sunburn and dehydration, and like I got really, really dizzy and lightheaded and needed to lie down, and like yeah, that was bad, but like it didn't just I have more questions about the blood sugar now.
safer for me to, for him to do the groceries and call me video while there, so I could grocery shop. But the thing is like,
maybe just heat exhaustion. That would make sense.
We make it work. Like, for example, if it's his job to go do all the
yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, Elizabeth. Like, Chantel's not saying anything about, like, she wanted to be sick or vomit or, like, had shivers or anything like that. Interesting.
groceries.
Maybe it was just exhaustion from eating pastries. Or maybe it was heat exhaustion or heat whatever. Who actually knows? I just think she should probably go and speak to someone about her blood sugar levels.
Physically during the day. From now on, if I go with him, it'll be at night. You know, most places are open late. But then when the food comes home, it's my job to put everything away and organize the kitchen, which is also a task, you know. Another thing I thought, it could have been anxiety.
Ma'am.
Because
guys, it could have been heat stroke or anxiety. Great. Go speak to a healthcare professional and then come back and update us.
it's like, it was really busy at that time. And so maybe a combination of the
Oh, Melissa, thank you for the reminder. Chat while you're hanging out here, and thank you all so much for being here this morning / evening. If you'd like to hit the like button while hanging out, that'd be really great. And if not, that's totally okay too. You do you, boo-boo.
heat and all the people. I don't know.
46 and freaking fabulous. Hello. Thank you so much for the super chat. 46 says, hi, hello, hi. Hey, it's beautiful 55 degrees Memorial Day morning in Chicago. I hope everyone's having a lovely day wherever you may be. I love it here. Thanks for hanging out with us, mate. I hope you have a fabulous day. And that sounds like lovely weather. I hope you have a great Monday. And thanks so much for the support. Hello.
But yeah. Very filling.
Man, background music, something.
But very delicious.
Not what I asked for. Background, not foreground.
Oh, I made a new song.
Oop, she
A
got
love
it.
song for Salah.
Oh, a love song for Snoopy. She seemed very invested in that.
Oh, I made a new song.
Uh-huh.
A love song for Salah.
Work, wasn't Snoopy going to add to that terrible, like, medical advertisement love story song, Touched by an Angel, that one? Remember that one? Wasn't Snoopy going to add to that? That never happened, did it? No. Get the microphone. Wait, hold on. Wrong drawer. There it is. Look, you gotta have props. Love documentary part 2. Yeah, that's exactly what we were waiting for. We still haven't gotten it. I want Snoopy's side of the love documentary. Love. Love is a cloud high in the sky. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. But oftentimes, it's there. Fuck, I should write a part 3. Love is like birds. They're there, and then they fly away. But they'll come back if you have hot chips. Thank you.
Salah went shopping at Pet Zone for Howie. It was so cute.
That's the level. That's the level of writing I hope that Foodie and Snoopy put into the part 2, because that'll be great. Just be great.
Just watching him on video with the salesperson, like, trying to figure out what would be best for Howie. You
didn't even get out of the car to get your hamster new. Oh my god. Kitty Cat, thank you for being here for 2 months. I appreciate it. Kitty Cat says drives to get hot chips. Thank you for the support.
So I got him some new treats.
That's love. True love is hot chips. Yeah.
I'll film his new stuff. And we got him a new wheel. I'm going to try it out. If he doesn't like it in his cage,
Hey, Joe, good to see ya.
Outside of his cage. And when he's outside of his cage, he can play with it then, maybe. He's picky in weird ways. Howie.
Yeah, Jack, it is super strange. But Foodie, I mean, Foodie should just stay home. She doesn't even need to get in the car anymore. Oh, that's very well said, Haz. That's a good one. Put a pin in that one.
A different kind.
Why is she so quiet? Well, it's 6 a.m. and Snoopy's asleep.
I think I already told you guys that we got stuff for Howie, didn't I? Brain dead alert. Anyway.
Didn't the lobster mac and cheese occur not long before Foodie and BB broke up? I mean, time is a circle. Yeah, no, he's not there.
I guess that's it.
Or he's sleeping in his room.
Maybe I'll include it in my clips of him eating his new treats in the beginning of this video. Kind of like a random hamster break. Remember I used to do random cat breaks? Hi face. Howie face.
God, she must be fucking bored. Like, bored out of her mind.
Who's gonna clean up for me? 1, 2, 3, not it.
I want to see the kitchen. I want to see the kitchen. I want to see the garbage bags. I want to see the fridge. Show me the sink. Fuck, that's depressing. Just watch this. Just watch this and tell me she's not bored off her face. And kind of miserable.
Can I go
Wow.
to bed instead of going out?
Sure, whatever. I mean, why do you need to be in the car? You're not going to actually do anything.
Siesta. Oh, yeah. So the song I have in my head is More Than I Feel.
This is really sad.
More than I feel it. More than I feel it. Till I see you Marianne walking away. That's another Shay. That's another Shay 106 song. For those of you who don't know, it was like a local radio station that played easy listening. Shay 106.
Can you please get a hobby and take us with you on that hobby so we could, like, have something to do that's not this? I mean, if not, that's fine. I'll make my own.
It was
but
like older people songs.
I'll break out the kalimba again.
That's how I know I'm getting old, because I started liking some of the songs from Shay 106, like Phil Collins. She's an easy lover, she'll get a hold on you, believe it, and it's like no other. Okay, anyways, I'm sure you're like...
Paint by numbers? Fucking Ambi can give us some of her diamond paintings. Anything.
Now, so
Legos. Ambi, quick, get your Legos.
We've
We've got to ship it to Kuwait.
So thanks for watching me eat a plate of spaghetti at 6 a.m.
This is her hobby. You are so right, Lottie.
And I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, you can... Look, Ambi, Foodie, sorry, I'm done with you. This is some kind of horrible Scream Mask situation going on. This is just bad all round, bad, terrible. Anyway, we're going to get into a retro reaction now. So for those of you who don't want to enjoy that, that's fine. If you could hit the like button on the way out, that'd be great. And if not, we've got 18 minutes-ish. Spaghetti mukbang recipe and creepy story time. Now, for those of you who weren't here way back in the way back days, Chantal used to do a series called Creepypasta, where she would cook a pasta dish and then tell us creepy stories that she tried to memorize off Wikipedia. It was a whole time, and she's been doing it for years. Years and years and years. I don't think I've seen this one before. Maybe I have, but this is like 4-ish years ago. Very retro. Anyway, let's get started. Back when she did introductions. Oh, and she's actually going to show us a recipe this time. You know what? 10 out of 10. This blows everything that we've been seeing from the current mukbangs away. So good. We actually get a recipe. Look, we're cooking. How fun is cooking? Garlic, onion, mushrooms. Love it. 1 package of mushrooms. That's awfully vague. With background music. This smooth jazz. Love that. No, wait. We've gotten jazz accordion in here. Heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil over medium heat. Cook until liquid from veggies evaporates and then add seasonings. Basil, salt, and pepper. Add in a jar of pasta sauce of choice or homemade. I'm telling you right now, that mukbang we just watched, she did not cook that pasta sauce. Also, I don't think she's cooking the pasta in the rice cooker this time. This is great music. I like this. Time for the toppings. Fresh basil, nutritional yeast. I swear I didn't watch this in advance, everyone. Nutritional yeast? Gal, what are we doing here? Vegetarian? Are we in the middle of a vegetarian arc? Era. I don't want to use the word era, but it's kind of true. Nutritional yeast, sea salt, garlic powder, onion powder instead of Parmesan cheese. This would be a much better mix than that shelf-stable stuff she was using, yes. Oh, vegan? Okay, fair enough.
Foodie beauties. Hi.
Just in case, once again, anybody's misinformed, these are Chantel's real eyes. This is Chantel's face from 4 years ago, okay? Just in case anyone doesn't know who we're watching. This is Chantel. Hammy, hi, good to see you, mate. I hope you're having a fabulous, or had a fabulous weekend. J to the D, you as well, hello. Great. Retro. Ooh, I love a retro.
Guys, hi. So, welcome to another episode of
Creepypasta.
My God, she did the edit and everything. She put the reverb in, she put the filter on. Work, diva. It's such a shame you turned out to be a terrible person.
So, you saw what I made? Very simple, but very delicious. So, I'm going to do an episode of Creepypasta today. So, when I do this episode...
And this is still Chantel's face, just through a filter and, you know, smaller. Well, we can see less of it.
So, if you guys are new here...
The question is, will she chew? What kind of sick game show question is that?
Or if you need a...
You're not wrong, though.
Memory refresher. I basically cook a... It's a play on the word creepypasta. I talk about a scary story of some kind.
I've already done the intro for you.
And I cook a pasta dish of some kind.
Yeah.
And I eat it.
This actually looks lovely.
And I tell you guys the story. So, it is a mukbang style, so there is eating involved.
And it's about half the portion of what we saw this morning at 6 a.m.
And I'm not the daintiest eater, so if that kind of thing isn't your thing, well, I'm just warning you, okay? And the beans are back.
Oh my God, extreme beans, memories. She had a love for these extreme beans for so long.
Bring back the beans. So let's take a bite of a bean before anything else.
Okay.
Let's give you a bite of a bean. Beady, bite. Okay, so...
The sex moans are still here, though.
Oh.
How many chews per bite? I'm going to say more than 2.
This is the topping I made. You saw how I made it. Instead of Parm cheese and fresh basil.
This actually looks like a nice pasta dish.
So, see how this tastes. Oh my gosh.
It's definitely less cooked than the one she was attacking this morning.
All right. So let's give you a beauty bite. Beauty bite.
That was like 12 chews, y'all. 12. I counted them. Oh, hi, Mr. Boots. Say hi for me, Oceana. That was like 12 chews. That was a substantial amount of chews.
So good.
This is a different person. I'm going to say at least 5 times as many chews as we got in today's.
So today we're going to be talking about... Oops. Squirt of bean juice. The Haunted Beatty Castle. So this castle is in a bit of background. It's in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, apparently. I did see this on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries, but you know, I love
Okay, so it wasn't Wikipedia this time, but you get the gist.
those episodes. They're creepy. So Basking
Oh, definitely, Lottie. I'd meal prep this, in all honesty. Just a cute little container, easy to reheat, delish.
Ridge, New Jersey, and basically, I think in 1924,
Thanks, Oceana.
a man named Bill Beatty, he was a wealthy businessman, built a castle, basically. Not a
WB, good to see you. Thank you for being here for 16 months. WB says, current foodie person compared to old foodie. Different people. Like, wildly different. And I don't know, like, I understand a lot of that is up to perception as well, because obviously when people had things to say about foodie, she came back swinging, really showed all of the booty. But while she was kind of tidying her image up behind recorded content, it was so much, you know, I'm not just saying more likable sounds dirty, but just more tolerable. Like, she wasn't such a hateful person. Now she's a hateful person we know to be hateful, one who tries to rewrite her own histories, and just, yeah, I don't know, maybe like the negative like traits are just so much more easy to spot now.
a huge castle, but this nice mansion in the storm. It was in the form of a 17th century Normandy style French castle, apparently. So I know, right? How romantic.
Dude built a castle in New Jersey. Am I following?
I have my fancy paper towel napkins.
Wolf, I don't think so, no.
So this is really good, guys. It really is. You can add whatever spices you want to it, you know, so make it your own. You can add whatever you want.
Tell the story.
These are the hot and spicy, not the dill.
Uh-huh.
So
Her inability to stay on topic, however, has always been a thing.
started constructing this castle for his wife Sarah. And
Castle means he puts put turrets on the house. Words are failing me, Maria. Yes, I agree.
basically, he didn't ever get to see the end of the construction. He ended up getting a flu.
Oh.
They didn't have Robitussin back then, so he ended up getting the flu. I kid. And he ended up dying
So much worse. Surprisingly worse.
around 1934, and his wife lived there until, I think, 1941. And basically, with their kids, and ended up dying there. But apparently he never got to see the end of the construction of the mansion. He died before it could be completed. Unless you count all of the ghost stories, because then I guess he would be hanging around. In 1972, I think.
She should have written notes.
A couple named Dawn and Carol Burlingame purchased the mansion. So after Sarah died, the home, until the Burlingames purchased it, actually became a kind of boys' home. And there were reports even then of people hearing organ music throughout the house. So, like, creepy organ music. But
Sorry, she's saying organ music, but for some reason I'm hearing it as Oregon music.
whenever the Burlingames purchased the home, they reported some paranormal activity as well. And
Spooky ghost in the castle in New Jersey. Go on.
frequently they would hear, like, hammering noises throughout the halls. When there was
Ooh, nail polish.
only them there. When they were the only people in the house.
It's the one connecting through line, Lottie. Plates and forks.
It's like, man, like, you can stop hammering, you know? Like, if that, you're just
Oh no, trust divinity. I hope everything's okay, mate.
peace. You
I
don't
hope
need
you're
to
feeling
feeling
better today.
destruction, you know? Like,
Because she's absolutely saying Oregon. I'm glad it's not just me then.
it's not a very comforting thought knowing that you're supposed to be resting in peace.
I don't love this trying to eat pasta with one hand and holding an extreme bean with the other. This feels a little egregious.
Meanwhile, maybe there's, like, some kind of, like, weird bureaucracy and, like, social structure in the afterlife, kind of like on Beetlejuice, where you have to, like, build things, and maybe they're hearing the echo of them like in the afterworld building things. I don't know. I hope not, because that's not the definition of resting in peace, in my opinion. So
don't even talk about coincidences today. We've had a random hamster break and now a random cat break. We've had nutritional yeast versus Parmesan cheese. What are you even talking about? We've had plates and forks. Y'all. What is going on?
Why do you do this with your tail, Sam?
Oh, Sam. Oh, I hope Sam doesn't go to Kuwait.
Why do you shake your tail? Why do you shake your tail, big?
Oh, you precious bean.
Boys.
You big fluffy bean.
Oh, that's a big precious huge. Sam,
Watch, guys, when I say,
where's your toys? Where's your toys? Where's your toys?
Man, if you took that image and then looked at what like his last days at the luxury villa were, very different.
they would hear hammering noises, and they would one time they went out. They were reluctant to go out because they saw in the weather that it was supposed to rain, and they ended up leaving all the windows open. They got back home and it had rained. It started raining very hard, and they got back home and apparently all of the windows, all of the shutters had been closed up. So they started to suspect something at that point. You know, somebody was
That's true, buddy.
caring for the home, because they knew that they had left the windows open. Which is nice, you know. At that point, I wouldn't have a problem. Like, hey, if you want to take
You reckon, Oceana? I hope
care of the
so.
house when I'm not home.
It did definitely feel like a money grab when the timing of it all was such a coincidence. Same as the timing of like the hepatitis conversation, but then again, I kind of feel like that might be a little bit better timed because because obviously someone was talking about it again. Just confused. This. This is sending me. Not this face. What are we doing here? Oh, that's great. Just surprised foodie.
You know what I mean? Like, sure, why not? But then ghosts go and do kind of jerky things, like one time, like frequently when they'd be in bed watching TV, they'd be all comfortable in bed, you're tucked in, you know, you got your snacks or whatever you have in bed, you're watching a movie, and right when it would get at a good part, the ghost would change the channel, like change all the channels, and you do that often. So you see what I mean?
I'm walking away from this video
Ghosts can be rude.
with just so many questions.
You know, instead of leaving a nice
Specifically about chewing.
little note and like a foggy mirror, like, I'm here. I'm just gonna haunt you, okay? I'm just gonna live here with you guys. No, they have to be rude and change channels and hammer drywall at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. But, so yeah, so that was, you know, starting to annoy them at that point. I could see why. So they started to suspect at that point that maybe they had a ghost, you know? Like, I don't know, it's fair to say.
Have I sped this up? I'm going to speed it up more. I know there's only 8 minutes left, but I'm fading. I'm also pulpy.
So they asked around, and apparently there was this man who used to care for the home and help take care of
Her eye makeup's kind of similar to what she was doing yesterday as well.
Sarah, the wife, after Bill Beatty had passed away. And he reported that apparently the ghost of Bill Beatty was still haunting the place, because one time, shortly after Bill passed away in 1934, this man was helping Sarah find something in the foyer or the living room, whatever you call it. And there's a balcony just above that room, like a stair.
Okay, she's just going to keep telling the ghost story, so I'm just going to skip ahead because I am sleepy.
So they sent in some like paranormal investigators who didn't note much activity, except that there was a professional who had a lot of credibility. Apparently, that's how they stated this man's, you know, introduced this man. And he apparently reported seeing, and he was like a skeptic, didn't believe in ghosts apparently, and he reported seeing when he...
Would I take... Here's the question, though. Would I take this Foodie over modern day Foodie? Like, kind of just inane storytelling, something that I read online, rehashing. Yes? I mean, her current talking points are, I don't get out of the car, it's really hot, let me drink my juice, this is how I made my pasta. Like, that's it. There's at least more here, but it's just kind of dull. At least she's got a story going on. Alright, anyway, I'm done now. I'm done. I've all of a sudden become very sleepy. That tea did not have enough caffeine. And that's okay. So I'm going to go. Chat, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. Wear your sunscreen, drink your water, hug your loved ones today. Check in with your friends and family and make sure you take care of you because you're worth it. For those of you on the rewatch, I appreciate your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, if you'd like to hit the like button on the way out, I'd very much appreciate that. If not, I totally understand. I'm going to go. I might see you all tomorrow. But I've got to get to bed so I can get to gym. So anyway, be wonderful and thank you for being respectful, responsible, and shenanigans-filled individuals. I will see you all in the next video and or